Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of January 22nd. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, I have an important question for you. How much risk is your company willing to live with when it comes to managing your supply chains? Over the past month and a half, I've had some really interesting conversations with all sorts of people, CEOs, presidents, VPs, directors, managers, you name it. A lot of people are calling asking about what's going on with the supply chain. We're seeing some things that are not good for our business. I said 2 words, the Red Sea, which is why we did a 2-minute warning on that a couple of weeks ago. But one call in particular really stood out when I heard from a president that said, Mike, it's happening again. Our container rates have gone up by $3,000 to $4,000 in the span of 6 weeks. I said, brace yourself, it could get worse over the next 6 weeks. It could easily go up another $3,000 to $4,000. He said, no, how could you say that? I said, take a look at what's happening in the Red Sea. When you hear a retired 2-star admiral say that if we don't get this thing fixed by the end of April, early May, we're in for a world of hurt, because when it's summer in the southern hemisphere, the ships going around the Cape of Good Hope are experiencing some of the least navigable waters in the world, which could make capacity even tighter. But what I also asked him when he talked about it's happened again, I said, how many more times do you want to be surprised before your company gets serious about managing their supply chains? He said, we are serious. I said, guess again. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Has your team basically looked all around, taken a look at what's happening and asked the question, how will this impact my supply chain? He said, I don't know. I said, for goodness sakes, you're the president. Shouldn't you at least have an awareness? I then asked, well, have you done any scenario planning with you and other people throughout the organization, your finance, sales, procurement, operational people? He says, I don't think we have. I said, why not? Is your supply chain not important enough to have a scenario plan that looks at the what if questions and gives you the options? I said, but the third thing you haven't done probably, you haven't stress tested your supply chain. He said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's why David Simpson-Levy said very few companies have done that. Now, why do you do that? Because it identifies the things that you must have in order to protect your business and to stay in business. Now, if you're one of those companies that said, maybe we ought to get more serious, Transacт can help. What you need to do is just simply call me or send me an email. Let's talk about our rapid assessment process and some of the supply chain tools that we have that can help you to de-risk your supply chain area, where you have a scenario plan. You're in a position where you can be proactive and not reactive. We make all of that available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we are on your team. We're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. So let's talk about de-risking your supply chains. Thanks for your time.